Sun is coming up on another Thanksgiving morning in Manchester.
Things are looking really good. All systems go. We hope everybody comes out.
The stage is set for a running tradition, 86 years in the making.
Thanksgiving in Manchester, it's almost like a Norman Rockwell painting.
Thousands of runners from around the world lacing up for 4.7 miles of fun and fitness.
I didn't think it would ever become this international, famous road race.
From novice to elite, today is all about one thing, coming together in the spirit of friendship and community.
When I see that massive humanity start and just keep bouncing into, it's just a great feeling.
Fox 61's live coverage of the 86th Manchester Road Race starts right now.
Thanksgiving, and welcome to Fox 61's coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race, sponsored by ECHN, making healthy happen.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. It is another beautiful sunny day in downtown Manchester. And we're so glad you're with us here at Fox 61 for our special coverage of the 86th Manchester Road Race. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. It is a beautiful day here as we are on Main Street in downtown Manchester, just a little bit uphill of the start-finish line, which you're looking at now, where the race is going to kick off at 10 o'clock sharp. And this is the second year of a pandemic comeback story for this race. They had to hold it virtually in 2020 because of COVID, and they got about 8,700 runners to sign up last year, which is good. This year, though, 10,641 runners, a lot closer to what they have seen in years past. And Erica, we've got the usual complement of elite runners. We have Olympians. We have national record holders. We have 15 people who can run a mile in under 4 minutes, and we've got a returning women's champion who destroyed the course record last year.
It is going to be an exciting race day. Again, we're glad you're with us, and we're going to be here with you for the entire race, at the start line, when the runners cross the line, and also at the finish line. And we're going to be speaking live with the winners at the end of the race.
Yes.
It is once again a 4.75 mile course race. We're checking in with Keith McGilvery. He's out there at the start finish line where all the excitement is building.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving, Tim and Erica, and to all of you at home on what is a beautifully sunny Thanksgiving morning here at the start and finish line for the Manchester Road Race. Elite runners could be crossing this line anywhere between, say, 21 and 23 minutes this morning. There is so much more to this race. However, families and community groups already turning out, ready to go. Spirits here are high, and we will be covering all the action from step up to the finish line. Back to you guys.
Orders know that.
I'm assuming he has audio? Okay. Yeah. All right, Keith, thanks so much. We'll check that throughout our broadcast. Right now, we're going to go out to Highland Park Market. That's one of the most popular spots on the race route. Jimmy Altman is standing by in his favorite spot.
Absolutely,
right, Jimmy?
Yeah. It's like the party deck of the Manchester Road Race, Jimmy.
An hour towards race time, but we are well up to speed here at the Highland Park Market. It's kind of where Highland Street meets Bourbon Street, right? Are you guys?
Yeah, it does!
These guys are always some wildcats here at the Highland Park Market. We are so excited about the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race, and the lot is full because we think we're going to have maybe 30,000 people on the street, and we'll be able to keep up with them here, right? We've been doing this 100%. A long time. All right, guys, from here at the Highland Park Market, happy Thanksgiving. We're ready.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. We'll send it back to you, Lammers and Erica.
All right. Like you said, Tim, always a party. To be honest, I'm always a little bit jealous of Jimmy and his assignment there at Highland Park because he has such a great time there.
He always has so much fun. And, of course, he's been doing that for years. But every year here on Fox 61, we usually have one or two new faces in terms of our coverage. This year, that honor goes to Brooke Griffin.
Yeah, she's out here joining us on the race route for the first time, and we're checking in with her right now.
And
Brooke, what do you think so far?
In the area right down the street from the start-finish line, the excitement is absolutely building here. We've seen so many people walking by in really fun costumes. Of course, the turkey costume being the most popular this morning. We've seen Crayola crayons, we've seen turkeys, we have seen people dressed in sparkly outfits. It is so much fun to already be out here at the area where it is all taking place. This is personally my very, very first Manchester road race. I cannot believe I get to witness all the excitement out here this morning, but there are already people heading out to see their favorite loved ones and friends take place in this race, and I know I can't wait to get started. Back to you.
Yeah, wait till you see how much it fills up, Brooke. It is amazing how quickly it happens. All right, let's turn now to the Veterans Row portion of the race.
Yeah, Julia LeBlanc standing by right there this morning. Julia, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning to you. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Happy Thanksgiving in Manchester. We know that's what we always say at the start of the race here. We are spending our entire morning here along Veterans Row. This is right across the street from the library, right in front of the Vietnam Vets Memorial. You're looking at a group of veterans right now who are celebrating in the pre-race reception. Wave hello. Thank you all for your service. You're also going to be seeing this Path of Honor, which will be saluting our more than 462 veterans running in the race today. So good luck to all of them. We'll be here all day. Send it back to you guys.
Okay.
Good
Julia,
morning,
so
everybody.
All right, let's get out to Matt Scott here as we are talking about the forecast. Nothing to complain about, Matt. I'm not a runner.
Yeah.
Guessing this is great running weather.
It's sunshine. It's warm here. Actually, I'm starting to heat up, even though I've got like 3 layers on. We can't complain. It is a gorgeous day out here, Matt.
I got to tell you, I've got the layers on too, but there's such a palpable energy here on the course. The vibe is smoking hot, so it's a lot warmer than the 30s that we have out there right now. Mid-30s here in Manchester. Let's go to the boards, talk about your Manchester road race forecast. Things looking pretty good. Not a cloud for miles, just a lot of happy people, smiling faces pre-race. 7-day forecast. We do have some rain on the way, but boy, did we time it well. That rain tomorrow morning at about this time. Another round coming in on Sunday as temperatures stay fairly mild throughout the weekend, getting back to seasonal early next week. Back out live here in Manchester. The best part of being here, the folks here are so nice. It's like a Norman Rockwell painting in a way. You've got that small town feel with such a vibe. Of course, Norman Rockwell, Tim and Erica, didn't paint any wacky costumes in his pictures. Back to you.
You are right, though, but you're right. This is a vibe. There's just something about this whole road race. There's a whole vibe around it.
Yeah, we've got more looks outside. Check out the race route. The streets are getting lined very, very quickly. We've been talking about the number of runners this year. The number is back up well above 10,000. And the number of spectators, the crowds, the people that come out to cheer everyone on is just incredible.
I know. There's always that great juxtaposition that we've got world-class athletes and then people dressed up like a box of stovetop stuffing. And they are running the race route together at the same time. And it's this communal feel. That's what we're talking about with these vibes here. And one of the people who is really instrumental in making that happen is Thea Redmond, the assistant race director, has been for a number of years, and we are happy that he is here with us on the set, very much decked out in all his Manchester high school garb, too. Not a coincidence. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, I had to wear the track gear. Actually, it was so cold. I got here around 4:30, so I just started layering up with everything.
And you're starting to take it off, though, because it's really warming up there. Sitting here in the sun.
I love this. This is a great day for us, yeah.
Now let's talk about what the race means to you. When you're outside of Manchester, if you're out of state and you're describing the passion that you feel for the road race, how do you tell that? How do you explain to people.
A lot of times I try to explain that, it's the second largest race in New England behind Boston Marathon. Yeah. I said, but you have Olympic gold medalists, world record holders, and then you have 4 generations of a family all at once going. It is all together. So it's the greatest thing about our sport is everyone can compete and participate, and the best in the world are here.
Yeah, whether you're an Olympian, you're just a runner, or you just want to walk, because people walk it as families as well.
Yep, and that's where you have 1,000 walkers. It is a great tradition. And I want to give a quick shout out to the Willimantic 911. They're out here helping us.
Yes, thank you for everything they're doing. Real quickly, Mr. Redmond, you personally, how many hours of work have you put in making this race?
Oh, goodness. I don't even count. But it's continuous, and we've been at this all year long, and we had some changes, so we're trying to come back from COVID. We had a lot, 7 meetings a month all year long, and the committee's done a ton, so many hours.
And it's a year-long commitment, year-long job.
It is, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, we appreciate it. Everybody here in Manchester appreciates all that you do.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Pleasure. Thayer Redmond, once again, the assistant race director. He's a busy man. He's got places to go and people to see. And we've got a lot more to get to here as our coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race continues.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at ECHN. We are proud sponsors of the 86th Manchester Road Race.
Welcome back to the Fox 61 special broadcast of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race in downtown Manchester. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah, as you can see behind us, the crowds are starting to gather, and we are expecting a huge crowd on Main Street, not just spectators, but a lot of runners. Once again, over 10,000 people registered to run this race, and that was just by the deadline, which was at the end of the day on Tuesday. A lot more people might just show up and just start running.
Now, the race here in downtown Manchester has become a Thanksgiving staple for decades, and it's really evolved over the years. So right now, we're taking a look at what has made the race what it is today.
And they're off.
Every year brings goofballs and diehards, the elite and, well, not so elite. In Manchester, the holiday explodes every Thanksgiving morning with a shotgun start. It started in 1927 when a dozen runners decided to stretch their legs before sitting down at the table. The captain of the high school cross-country team led the way.
It started as the high school cross-country team getting a little more extension to their season. There were 9 runners in the original race.
The road race went into hiatus during the Great Depression and World War II until 1945. Then the women's liberation movement heated things up. The first woman ran in 1961.
We applied and the AAU said, no, you can't. And so we said, oh, I'm going to run anyway. And that's when they brought out the threat that they would ban me for life. They could strip me of my New England titles.
It wasn't until 1974 that a woman's entrance was officially recorded. It has become its own version to give thanks.
We've gone from there to here, and now it's in a very prejudicial point of view. It's probably the single greatest 5-mile road race in the United States. Probably even beyond those the boundaries of the United States. We've arrived, but it's all been with a lot of hard work.
And fast forward to 2020. The first time in race history, the event was held virtually because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It didn't stop people from running, but things looked a lot different.
The Manchester Road Race has an awful lot of resiliency, and it's got 84 years of tradition. We'll be back. We'll come back next year and we'll make this race bigger and better.
And back the runners came in 2021, nearly 9,000 of them. Ben Flanagan became the first Canadian since 1990 to win the Manchester Road Race. But it was elite runner Weini Kelati that made headlines on the women's side. She smashed the course record by over a minute, finishing in 22 minutes and 55 seconds.
And in 2018, a special feature was added to the Manchester Road Race to honor our veterans.
Yeah, it's called Veterans Row, so it is now in its 5th year. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc is manning Veterans Row, keeping an eye on how things are looking up there. Let's check in with her once again. Good morning.
Absolutely. This is our home for the day. We are so happy to be here for Veterans Row. For those who don't know, this is right across the street pretty much from the library. Look, we've got our children waving our American flags. Everyone very happy to be here. And right now we have a pre-race reception going on here at Veterans Row for those who will be running in the race, which we have 462 veterans running in this year's race. This is Tamara Speak. She knows all about Veterans Row. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we've been holding this since 2018. We have we get hats to the veterans, we give them pins, we give them writing pins, and we also have Highland Park donates Kind Bars every year, Dunkin' Donuts donates coffee, what a tongue twister, and lots of other things, and we all volunteer here with the veterans.
Right, and we have our row of honor with all of the service flags presented here, and I understand the Boy and the Girl Scouts will be holding those flags as all of our veterans are going to be running by today.
Yes, we do.
Tell us, what does this mean when you see a veteran come here and you offer these refreshments to them, offer them a home before the race starts? You can see how happy they all are. What is this like for them?
I really enjoy it because I enjoy thanking people for their service. It's, I wasn't able to serve. My grandfather was in the military. He was in the Army, and I did have an uncle who was in the Army also, but I just enjoy helping the veterans come out. They enjoy cheering all the veterans on. They're not able to run anymore, but they cheer on the ones who are able to run. So that we give them the hats so that we know who the veterans are.
Absolutely, and we thank all of our veterans for their service. Like I said, we have almost 500 running in this year's race. And fun fact, a lot of veterans have actually won the Manchester Road Race before. So we're rooting for them today, right, Tamara?
Yes, thank you.
We'll send it back to you guys right down there.
All right, Julia, thanks so much. Well, let's take a look outside at the street right now, filling up very, very quickly.
It sure is. This is where all the people are gathering to run. Like we said before, though, there's a special section of the race route that's kind of like the party section, right at the top of the hill where the king and the queen of the hill race within a race happening right by Highland Park Market.
Yeah, that is kind of the spot where the party happens. And so, of course, Jim Altman is there as well. We're checking him with him once again.
Erica, Tim, you think it's a party? I think it's a party.
Jim Morrow, pull through, baby! Come on, Jim!
Hey, look, Highland Park Market, mile marker number 2. We always say it is second to none, and largely it's because of these folks. This is the heart of the Manchester Road Race right here. This is what gets these runners going literally and gets them up the hill. You're already opening this? Don't open it. Chief, it's good to see you.
How are you?
I'm just so happy you're here.
I'm glad I'm here.
Dave Lanciano, 21 years in the military. We just came from Military Row. We thank you for everything you've done. And now, Dave, you are here. How many years for you?
So it's at least 20, except for 2 years when I was combat deployed, 2004 and 8.
Yeah, that's a good reason. We'll let you off.
I haven't missed it. And I almost missed it this year, but I made it out this morning.
You had to be here.
So.
Chief, you had to be here. What's under here? This is the highlight. I'm telling you, there's nothing better.
For the past 5 or 6 years, I've been doing apple dumplings, except I did not make them this year. Leah made them. So I'm sure they're better than mine.
Let's take a quick look right here at the apple dumplings. You can plate those for us, Dave. And as you're plating those, we're going to wish everybody here a very happy Thanksgiving. You guys ready for a race?
Yeah, we are! Jim Morrow!
Let's do that. The UConn fans, too. All right, Lammers, Erica, it's just heating up here. We now send it back to you. Check that out. Look at that right there. That's Thanksgiving in Manchester.
Yep.
Bring some over here, Jimmy. We'll gladly take it.
Food will help burn the calories. But yes, it really is starting to warm up. It feels good. This has got to be a great, great set of weather conditions in which to run.
Absolutely. And we're going to be here for you the entire race. We're going to be speaking to the winners at the end, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us. A lot more ahead on this beautiful, sunny day here in downtown Manchester.
Running has its rewards. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Dunkin', the official coffee sponsor of the Manchester Road Race. Seasoned sippings.
Good morning. Welcome back and happy Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for being with us. What an exciting day. We look forward to this every year, right, Tim?
Yes, we are fine with working on holidays because you just feel like you are in the place to be. We're about 35 minutes away from the start of the Manchester Road Race, which is at 10 o'clock sharp. Race director Jim Balcom, who is in his last year as race director, always fires that gun and says, "This is Thanksgiving in Manchester," his iconic phrase, and it is perfect because, Erica, it's self-explanatory. There is nothing like this in sports in Connecticut. Nothing even tries to compare. You've got world-class athletes right next to families who are running, right next to people who are dressed up in crazy
generations that run together. And if you can't run it, you walk it. And it's just incredible. The field of runners that we have this year, Olympians, world record holders, and a lot of people are really excited to see what happens with the women's race. Weini Kelati won last year, beat the record by a full minute.
Yeah, a minute.
It is
2
just
seconds.
fantastic.
Yeah, we just can't even
really
express
to
how fast that is. She is back to defend her title. Just so you know, Ben Flanagan, the men's champion, is not. It's going to be a wide open race. Ian Brooks, our race commentator, says 8 people could run this year. We'll find out soon. We'll be back with more coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at ECHN. We are proud sponsors of the 86th Manchester Road Race. Happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to Fox 61's coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race, sponsored by ECHN, making healthy happen.
Happy Thanksgiving and welcome back to our special coverage of the 86th annual Manchester Road Race. We are live in downtown Manchester on this beautiful Thanksgiving morning. We're so glad you're with us. We're going to be here for the entire race, so buckle in, snuggle up. We've got a ways to go. A lot going on. We're very excited to be here.
Yeah, glad you are with us. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Now 30 minutes away from the start of this race, a unique race in so many ways, including the distance. It is exactly 4.748 miles. They run the same route every year. If you're not familiar, I just want to give you a very quick synopsis of how it works. The start and finish line are on the same place, right about halfway down Main Street. The runners start south there, then they take a left turn onto Charter Oak, which turns into Highland, then another left turn onto Porter and left turns onto East Center Street, and then back onto Main Street for a downhill finish. And I want you to see the elevation map that's at the bottom of your screen too. There is a big hill leading up to mile 2, which can be a big challenge. So here's now a street level look at the course. The course is a loop, just shy of 4 3/4 miles. It begins with a downhill sprint for about a half mile on Main Street, where the elite runners will quickly separate from the pack before turning left onto Charter Oak Street. They hit the 1 mile mark right past the Hungry Tiger restaurant. From there, it's the hardest stretch of the race, a steady incline lasting about 1.25 miles up past the 2 mile mark in the fans gathered at Highland Park Market. Then a left turn onto Porter Street and a relatively quiet tree-lined downhill stretch. The 3 mile marker is at the bottom of the hill, right near Highland Park Elementary on Porter Street. The runners will then head west for about 1.5 miles on relatively flat terrain, passing the 4 mile mark after turning onto East Center Street. That's where the fans start filling in again and the drama picks up. One last left turn onto Main Street and it's a downhill kick to the finish with the leaders often neck and neck in front of thousands of cheering fans. The course record is 21 minutes, 15.75 seconds, set 4 years ago by Edward Cheserek.
All right, we're about 27 minutes out now until the race starts. So right now we're going to bring in Ian Brooks, our race commentator. You have been so helpful. We are so glad you're back with us once again. It is our tradition to have you here.
It's my thrill, Erica, to join you and Tim. We now go back, I think, 9 years as a threesome. Weather. Beautiful. We have to talk about the weather. This is unbelievable.
Yes.
So excited about this race.
And I want to get right into some of these people we can watch.
I thought you would.
Ben Flanagan not here to defend his title, but Connor Mantz is somebody running, I believe, for the first time that people need to keep an eye on.
Yes, he is. I've just been speaking to him in the area where the athletes are together. He's on his honeymoon.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
He ran Chicago in that tremendous time, 2:08 something. And he's here with his young wife. They married a week after Chicago. This is, in essence, their honeymoon. And if he does well today, it'll always be their honeymoon.
Seriously, right.
And the interesting thing is, after this, he goes to New York City for 2 days. And they're going to see the show. Kylie, his wife, has never been on to a Broadway show. So they're going to see Wicked.
Oh, fantastic.
So...
Oh, great way to continue on the honeymoon.
Inside scoop there, Erica.
Another face to watch, Cam Levins, Canadian, 3-time Olympia.
Yes. Now, so again, the question, as with Connor, coming out of a marathon, what has he got in his legs?
Yeah.
In speaking with these athletes, they often have good days and bad days. We all have those, but for a runner, that can be crucial. He'll be one to watch. Let's see what that marathon in his legs is from the World Championships a little while ago is.
Interesting, you said he just raced again against Ben Flanagan a couple weeks ago.
Yes. But 2 weeks is a long time. It's like it is in politics, isn't it? A week in politics is a lifetime.
Yes.
So
Ben Flanagan's not here. He is. So we shall see.
Yeah.
Erica, there could be one of 8 men could win this race. That's how open it is.
Yeah.
It's a terrific field. And when we go to the women, Weini Kelati's race to lose.
Let's do that, yes. She broke the course record by 1 minute and 2 seconds, and a race that only lasts about 21 minutes. I don't know that we've seen anything, at least on the women's side, ever here at the Manchester Road Race.
As we said last year, we're still recovering, aren't we? It was mind-blowing.
It really was.
I've just been speaking with Weini again, and I was with her at the Cambria Hotels, where all the elite athletes are staying out at South Windsor.
Is she feeling good this morning?
She is. Just 3 weeks ago, she ran the US 5-kilometer championships and was 2 seconds faster than what she won it in last year.
Wow.
But I have to think that if she gets within 20 seconds of last year, that would be a great performance. That was something out of this world.
As she said, she wants to break her own record. Does she think she could do it?
No, she's not going to go down that road, Erica.
All right, maybe, why don't we talk for a second about some of the women who might at least have a chance at challenging her? Like you said, you never run these races on paper. What about Cynthia Limo?
Cynthia Limo's coming back having had 2 children. When 2016 was a highlight year. 2 children, it's tough.
Yeah.
As Erica knows, with 4, I mean.
We're not running.
I can only imagine as an elite runner.
I think the battle for second place is on. It's not a deep field on the women's side. It's all going to be about Weini Kelati. And will anyone be brave or foolhardy enough to try and go with Weini? I don't think so.
And we will find out probably within the first couple of miles. We're going to talk a little bit more about tactics and about strategy with Ian in the next couple of minutes, because there is a lot, and there's a lot that gets decided in terms of the pace of the race very early on in the first couple of miles. So we have a lot more coming up with our coverage here of the 86th running of a Thanksgiving tradition, the Manchester Road Race.
And another live look here as the streets are filling up. We will be right back.
Running has its rewards. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Dunkin', the official coffee sponsor of the Manchester Road Race. Seasoned sippings.
You're watching the Manchester Road Race live on Fox 61. Visit fox61.com or manchesterroadrace.com later for race results. And thanks to our sponsors. Charles Schwab. Ask questions, be engaged, own your tomorrow. Visit us at Evergreen Walk in South Windsor or West Hartford to learn more. Lynch Toyota, your Manchester source for Toyota cars, trucks, and service. Let us help you drive your dream. And Dr. Daniel Veltri and Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome back. We're so glad you are with us. It is the 86th annual Manchester Road Race, and the excitement is building.
Yep.
We're just a few minutes out from the start.
Yeah, 19 minutes to go, because remember, they start this race at 10 a.m. to the second. Just one of the things race director Jim Balcom has always stressed here as he is in his final year of prepping for this. So let's bring in Ian Brooks again. Like we said, we're going to talk about strategy, Ian. This is not a long race at just under 4 3/4 miles. It's going to take about a little over 20 minutes for both the men's and women's finishers. But there's a lot that can be decided and a lot that you can figure out as for how the race is going to go just by looking at the first mile.
Yeah.
The first mile does lay the foundations for what will come. So if the men go through in something like 4:17, 4:20, you know the race is on.
Yeah.
If it's 4:30, you know it's going to be more tactical and maybe a move on the hill. So there's lots of small dynamics. And last year, Weini Kelati on the women's side was able to go with the elite men for the first mile. And that changed the dynamics of that race. I'm expecting a group of certainly 7 or 8 to get away early. And I think we'll see attacking.
Yeah.
There'll be an early attack here, I think.
I have to imagine.
But who is going to attack, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
I have to imagine it's a bit of a gamble. If you go hard to get to the king or queen of the hill, you might not have enough left for the rest for the second half.
So you touch on an interesting point there, Erica. The reality is that if that first mile is fast, the next mile is going to be 4:57, 4:56 sort of thing, going up the hill. Now, what happened last year was as they approached that special $1,000 bonus, Sammy Chalanga is likely to go for that bonus.
Yeah.
And that throws the whole race, because what will happen then is, does someone go with him and make a foolhardy mistake, or do they just wait and then pounce at the top of the hill? But I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think we're going to see 7 or 8 people, maybe 5 or 6. But that's why we watch sports, because we can talk all about it, but until the race is not run on paper.
Right.
It's never won on paper.
Say that every year. Yep.
We'll wait and see what happens.
At FOX61, we want drama.
We do.
That makes the best race, right? We certainly got it last year.
I know one question I had, I was looking at the split times from last year, and last year the first mile and the first 2 miles were about as slow as we've seen in a long time. 4 minutes and 31 seconds was the first mile, and the second mile, because it's uphill, was about 5 minutes. That's normal, but the 4:30 was actually kind of surprising.
It was. That's the vagaries of sport.
Right. I know you couldn't even tell us why it is.
But they closed, Tim. They closed really well. And what was it, 21:18? If you look back last year, the record is 21:16. Dare I say, I think the men's record is going to go this year.
You do?
think so?
Really?
I think so. I think the talent, Jim Harvey, the elite athlete coordinator, has put together a tremendous men's field. I'm expecting a great race. And the record could go.
Yep. 21:15.75 set in 2018 by Edward Cheserek. It's not an old record. They tend to not last too long in running.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're going to have a lot more to talk about. Right now, we're going to check in with Brooke Griffin. We're about 13 minutes out. Brooke is out there live on the street, just moments away from that start gun. Brooke?
We are so excited to get out here today. How do we feel? All right, tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing out here today, then I'm coming to you. What's your costumes?
We're all dressed up here, and we got a couple beers, and we're going to do a beer mile.
Nice. So how is that going to affect your mile time?
I think we're going to be at the top of the leaderboard. I'm not really nervous about that, but I am nervous about finding enough bathrooms along the way.
Okay, and have you guys done this before?
First time.
First time. You guys big 5K people?
I've
never done one.
Today we are.
Today we are. All right, well, happy Thanksgiving. Good luck to you guys. All right, let's talk about you guys here.
So today we're our hockey team, Connecticut Junior Huskies. We feel like we're going to go fast with our hockey legs. Yeah, we skate really fast, and so I think we can run fast too.
So skating and running, same thing?
Yeah.
Kind of. No. Yeah. Kind of land, and one is
On the ice. Okay, well, I think you guys are obviously going to win. How excited are you to be here today? Awesome. All right, thank you guys. High five. Yeah, you're going to win it. Awesome. Awesome. All right, there we go. All right, so you guys heard it here first. We have the winners right behind me. The kids, hockey team, and of course the beer mile. I mean, how else are you going to run this race? All right, sending it back to you guys. You know what? We are getting so excited here, about 50 yards from the start line. Back to you.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we'll work on that. Yes. Boy, wouldn't that be something if you could take off a minute of your time for every beer you drink while you're out there running?
Right. It is just an incredible day. As you take another live look behind us, the crowds are gathering. And you know what's funny? I had a conversation with somebody yesterday who said they snuck into the race late. They got here late, and the only spot they were able to get was at the front with the elite runners. I mean, and this was decades ago, but he said it was just something that you never think you could experience, and you're just kind of looking to your left and looking to your right. And that's what this is about, because we have such an incredible field of runners here from all over the world.
It is amazing. And we're going to talk more about them with Ian, especially during the course of the race, too. We got 20 minutes to talk about. We've got a lot more coming on the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at ECHN. We are proud sponsors of the 86th Manchester Road Race.
Well, good morning, everybody. Glad you could join us once again for our coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race. Take a look at just all the walkers that you can see here. This is just part of the 10,600 plus people who have registered to run this race or to walk this race today.
And it is a gorgeous sunny day here in downtown Manchester. Once again, thank you so much for being with us, spending part of your Thanksgiving morning here with us at Fox 61. We are thrilled to have you here. Everyone here, tens of thousands of people are ready to get started. And right now we're tossing things out to Julia LeBlanc. She is live right out along the race route on Veterans Row. Julia, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear those bagpipes from all the way down there, guys? I think you might be able to. That is the Manchester Pipe Band. They are playing alongside Veterans Row here, which has been around for the last 5 years. And all of our veterans right here are still enjoying the pre-race party. We have Lenny Caruso here, who is a veteran. Thank you so much for your service. Tell us quickly, what does this all mean to you?
This is just great, honoring the veterans and everything, especially in front of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial right here. It's just that every year you come back and you feel so proud of yourself, and it's just shortly after Veterans Day, which was a great time going around to different facilities. What I really miss, though, I used to be speaking in the schools, but because of the pandemic, you can't go and speak in the schools anymore. And it's just a nice experience for the kids, and they don't really understand what we went through back then and everything. As 19-year-olds being dropped over there into a unit.
Absolutely, yeah. Lenny, thank you so much once again for your service. And as we mentioned here, we have 952 veterans who are running in this year's Manchester Road Race. You'll be right here cheering them on, right?
Well, I walked it a couple times and I ran it 3 times. But now with my hamstrings, I just can't do that anymore. But, you know, it's just great to be part of it and everything. It's just all the camaraderie, and I know a lot of people that are running at it.
And you said you're happy to see everyone here, see some friends you haven't seen in a while?
Yeah, because Craig Jordan, who runs the program at Goodwin College, he plans events there all the time with the Gold Star Memorial and everything. We had a nice time there on this past Veterans Day.
Right.
So we look forward to just meeting and greeting and seeing each other again, especially it's been a few years since we haven't seen each other, so a lot of people are finally getting out and getting together again.
And right here, if we take a look behind us here, we have the row with the flags of service here.
Beautiful. Yes it is.
And when we see our veterans running by.
Yep, it's a great moment. Actually, when on the way here, I saw a whole group of about 15 people with all the flags of the different units, the Army, Navy, everything, and they're walking up through the mall there, Evergreen, and coming all the way up, and they walked all the way up to here with the flags and everything. It was a great time.
And what brings you back to the Manchester Road Race every year? You ran in it, but now you're a spectator.
Just to be a part of it. It's a nice event. I mean, see all the fun things, all the people dressed up in costumes and everything, and just see the runners and just being in the moment right there, which is great.
All right, Lenny, thank you so much for joining us. And all of the veterans, please stop by here. It's open all day for you. We'll send it back to you.
It's just great what they do for us.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, Julia, thanks. Well, you probably heard the national anthem just being sung behind us while Julia was talking to us now. And want to let you know, if you or a family member is running in the Manchester Road Race, we've got a rebroadcast coming up for you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's going to be on FOX61 Plus. You can watch that streaming. You can download that app against FOX61 Plus. You can download it on Roku and Fire TV. And the replay, once again, that's happening at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so you can catch yourself during the race or a loved one.
You can have your cake and eat it too. Be here, run the race, still watch the broadcast. It is great. 9:54 here. We are 6 minutes away from the 86th running here. It is going to get started at 10 o'clock on the dot. As you can see, some of the elite runners getting themselves warmed up. It's a beautiful day for running. Maybe we'll see a course record. Who knows? We'll be back with a lot more in a few minutes.
Running has its rewards. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Dunkin', the official coffee sponsor of the Manchester Road Race. Seasoned sippings.
You're watching the Manchester Road Race live on Fox 61. Visit fox61.com or manchesterroadrace.com later for race results. And thanks to our sponsors. Cigna, Connecticut's partner for whole person health in body and mind and longtime supporter of the Manchester Road Race. USA Hauling and Recycling and All-American Waste. Some see waste, we see possibilities. And nobody does it better than family-owned and operated Highland Park Market in Manchester, Glastonbury, and Farmington. You're watching the Manchester Road Race live on Fox 61. Visit fox61.com or manchesterroadrace.com later for race results. And thanks to our sponsors. Eastern Connecticut Pathology Consultants. An accurate diagnosis leads to better patient care. Visit us at ecpclab.com. Integrated Rehabilitation Services. Physical therapy to make our local communities better, faster, stronger than before. And ProHealth Physicians. Find trusted local doctors for you and your family at prohealthmd.com.
Happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to Fox 61's coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race, sponsored by ECHN, making healthy happen.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending just a part of your Thanksgiving with us here for the 86th. Thank you so much for joining us for just a part of your Thanksgiving morning here for our broadcast of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race, as we are now just 2 minutes away from the start of the running. And what, by the way, congratulations to Amby Burfoot. He's running this race for the 60th year in a row. Actually, I believe he's approaching a world record for most road races of any kind run consecutively. He's getting there.
Yeah, he's a running legend. Ian, I mean, there's so much to say about what he's done, what he's accomplished in his career, and so much of it here in Manchester.
He has indeed. He's had a legendary career in the sport of track and field and road running. And we were at dinner with him last night, and he can tell all manner of wonderful stories. But the most important thing from my perspective in looking at him is he's a lovely man to talk to. And he's very proud of Manchester Road Race, as indeed we all are. And Jim Bolcom, as you said moments ago, 43 years as the meet director, race director. Dave Prindeville, who received a special award last night at the pasta party dinner. These are a team of wonderful people, and you have to admire them. It's run in a slightly old school way, but it's very relevant. And Manchester, Thanksgiving.
It's classic. We are under 30 seconds away from the start of the race. As you can see, all the elite runners are there. They are getting ready to go. Let's see if we can listen in one last time as Jim Balcom says this is Thanksgiving in Manchester, now under 10 seconds away. Here we go. Runners. It is a vibe. It is a celebration and a competition all wrapped up into one holiday. It is just unique.
It really, really is. And for the elite runners, as soon as they step off, what do you think that they're thinking? Are they going full speed?
Oh, no, heaven forbid. They're not 100-meter sprinters at that time. No, they're
Is there something to be said about getting an early lead?
No.
Not at this point.
It could be. And that's why, again, we watch the tactics involved.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, I think we'll have a group of 6, 7, 8 quite early on establishing the pace. That first mile is going to be crucial. If it's 4:15 to 4:20, the race is on, and there'll be separation. Now, will Weini be close to them at that? I hope not for her sake, because I'd love to see her run well again.
Yeah, we're talking about women's winner, Weini Kelati. If you weren't with us this year, she destroyed the course record. And in a post-race interview, she credited that somewhat to the fact that the men and the women start together. It's not a staggered start. So she was able to run with the men, use their pace to pace herself. And she ran off with this race, I mean, right from the get-go. There was never a challenge.
It was a performance for the ages, Tim. She is the most delightful young woman. Look, she's got a story there. She hadn't seen her mother for 8 years. She went to Uganda to spend time with her mother. Didn't run for 3 weeks at the end of the last season. She's got a brother and a sister who can't come to America, given all the political situations there. But could you meet a more delightful young woman at 25? No.
Yeah, absolutely.
There she is. Our camera's picking her up.
She's
in
still
that
there
red.
with the men.
She's in, I believe she's in a coral shirt right there, and she's a little thing.
Yeah.
5 foot. All of 5 foot, Erica.
But boy, she can move. And we saw some of the men's runners. Patrick Deaver out there with the early pack. Wesley Kiptoo in the number 17 bib, as well as Connor Mantz, one of the people we were talking about early. They were all out there setting the pace on the men's side. We saw them just a minute ago. But once again, Weini Kelati, already I don't see any women around her. Not that we're going to make any early judgments here.
And interesting this year, in previous races, she's always run with a slight sort of, it puts her hair on the top.
You said a bun.
Yeah, bun, yes. But now look, she's free-flowing with braids.
Yeah.
I mean, just look, that's poetry in motion, isn't it? If you're a runner and you look at that, you go, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is such an
incredible.
efficient
Yes, like you said, small but mighty. My goodness.
Pocket dynamo, Erica.
Yes.
So we're about 3 minutes, a little more than 3 minutes into the race, waiting to see what some of those first times are as we're looking at some of the other bib numbers here. Andy Butchart there in the red shorts on the left side of your screen. He is off with them, along with Connor Mantz in the middle, and it looks like I believe that is Wesley Kiptoo over on the right in the yellow jersey, one of the runners there. But we're going to find out how they've run that first mile. Then they're getting into the king and the queen of the hill competition in mile 2. That is getting up to the top of that hill that crests right before the 2-mile mark at Highland Park Market. How that works is it's a race within a race. Whoever can make it to that point first will get an extra $1,000, assuming they finish in the top 10 in their respective genders, men and women. And also, it's a good point for deciding your tactics, too, as we bring in Ian. When I was talking to Amby Burfoot, who won this race 9 times, he said he knew he did not have a great finishing kick. His strategy was usually to try to push, and push on that hill and win the race there within the first couple of miles.
There's all manner of ways to win a road race in Manchester, assuredly, historically. The old maxim that the great Eamon Cogden would always say is, in a race when you've got a number of competitors around you, you make one move, but you make it count. You don't go at it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But others have, as our camera's picking up Weini again. She's 25, will be 26 on December the 1st.
And we don't know who was leading after the first mile, as it was still a pack, but the world, actually we just got it in. Wesley Kiptoo was your mile 1 leader. Ian, the time, 4 minutes, 20.29 seconds. So not quite looking like the fastest pace we could have seen at about 4:15, but fast nonetheless.
Well, what is interesting is that Wesley Kiptoo, in his collegiate career, he was known to be an aggressive front runner.
Yeah.
They've tried to pull him back from that. Now he's gone pro. So 4:20 is fine. That's a good, solid pace.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, he finished second, Kiptoo did, to Connor Mantz in the 2021 Cross Country Championships. This is his first time running the Manchester Road Race. Although, just given how we've seen things in recent years, being a first-time runner is not exactly a hindrance to being able to win. Weini Kelati, living proof of that. So she is off by herself there on the right side of your screen.
And we were talking about Weini the other day and how she's had a bit of a difficult year because she had a bout of COVID.
She ran at the Armory in the Milrose Games, 3,000 meters, and shortly thereafter contracted COVID and had a very difficult time for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, she said she had to take some time off from training to recover.
And what I like about her, when you sit and talk with her, she's very, very smart. She then backed off, and she's prepared not to... The tendency is to rush back. She is kind of, you know, let me take a moment to think about this.
I have to imagine that's extremely difficult for an elite athlete.
It is, because they're...
Because they want to just get right back into it.
Dare I say it on air, they're anal sometimes about their training.
Well, I'm sure it's true.
Oh, she's tucking in now. Look, she's found someone. He's tall. I don't think there's any wind out there. Yesterday there was some wind, but...
Yeah. Just trying to put a finer point on how dominant she was last year. We have said she broke the course record by 1 minute and 2 seconds. And to put that into perspective, in the 34 years before last year, the women's course record had only improved collectively by 30 seconds in 34 years. And she beat it by 62 seconds in 1 year.
And you've got to feel for Kira D'Amato, second last year. She breaks the course record and is beaten by 55 seconds.
She broke it by 8 seconds herself.
So our camera moments ago picked up Connor Mantz.
Almost
in the pale
running
blue.
Side by side with Wesley Kiptoo, it looks like.
Yes, well, they're familiar rivals from college as well. So Connor Mantz is another, again, an absolute delightful young man. His wife is here somewhere watching. But that's what I thought would happen, Tim.
Yes.
We'd have a pack together. When we get to the top of the hill for the second mile, then we'll know a little bit more. They'll thin out a little bit. Maybe it'll come down to 3, 4 people.
Yeah, listen, we're 8 minutes into the race. It's usually about 5 minutes for a second mile. So I would think within the next 30 to 45 seconds, if somebody wants to win the King of the Hill, they're going to have to start making that, like Sam Chalanga did. They're going to have to start making that push. So once again, looking on the left side of your screen, we've got Wesley Kiptoo there on the left. That is Patrick Dever, the British runner, right there in the middle in the yellow shirt. And who is that? Coming up on the outside, Hillary Bohr, a runner who's been here many times, who we've yet to talk about. That's him in the blue hat on the left. And then Connor Mantz right there on the right. And it looks like they're starting to pick up the pace a little bit, Ian.
The three of the favorites asserting themselves. I can see Andy Butchart tucked in behind. This is pretty much as you would expect. Hillary Bohr, 2-time Olympian, a steeplechase, but steeplechase can run road races, especially this road race.
Yeah, and there we're seeing as they are getting up to the King of the Hill competition right there. That's Highland Park Market.
So somebody's decided they want some extra money.
And I think that is Wesley Kiptoo. Yeah, we just got the unofficial word in that he broke away to win the King of the Hill competition. So assuming he finishes in the top 10, he will get a $1,000 bonus. And we're guessing Weini Kelati is going to win the Women's Queen of the Hill competition.
So the interesting thing, Tim, with Kiptoo is having made that move, will he pay for it?
Yes. That's happened before.
Yes. Remember Don Cabral did that some years ago. And we couldn't only surmise, but we believe he paid the price for it.
Yes. And it looks like he backed off after racing ahead to get that. Now he's back with the pack. Whether he slowed up or whether they sped up, we don't know. But we're heading into the downhill portion of the race, the furthest point out from the start-finish line. After that long, tough hill, I don't want to say they get a bit of a break, but what are they thinking now, Ian?
They're thinking, I'm glad the hill's behind me, but this is a sharp, sharp downhill. And this next mile could be 4:12, 4:15.
Okay.
And it's a tight pack, isn't it?
Yeah.
We didn't have video, but we have to assume Weini Kelati got Queen of the Hill.
Yes.
I believe. I mean, I don't think
That's a
we
pretty
saw
strong assumption,
Yes.
Erica.
We haven't seen anybody coming up behind her, have we, Ian?
No. She's been all alone right from the start like it was last year. Ian, here's our split times. Mile 2 came in 4 minutes, 51.97 seconds. Again, assuming that second mile is usually about 5 minutes, I believe it was faster than that.
So that's a quick time for the uphill.
That's very quick, 4:30 about.
We normally sink 4:51 for the second mile, right? Yeah. So that's normally, we normally see 4:56, 57. Our camera is obviously in love with Weini Kelati, as indeed we are.
Yeah, I've got it at about 4 minutes and 31 seconds for that second mile, which often, because it's uphill, can be a 5-minute mile.
Wow.
That was fast. That was fast.
So the time at 2 miles was what?
4 minutes, 51.97 seconds unofficially. That's what we're getting in from the media truck.
You've got to be impressed by Weini Kelati here. She races sparingly, though she's due to go to Hawaii. Can't be a bad trip, can it, for a 1 mile race?
Yeah, doing all
very
right.
shortly. She didn't commit to chasing the record. What she said was, we'll see. That's a smart thing to do, isn't it? Not put yourself out on the spot too much.
Now, you spend a lot of time with these runners, and you've spent a decent amount of time with Weini, and you've said that she's really just a very delightful, lovely person.
Oh, so delightful.
She's very genuine, you've said.
When you watch her interaction with fellow athletes and the public at the pasta party, you couldn't... It's hard to just put it into words, frankly.
Yeah.
And she's got a calm demeanor. She listens to a little bit of music to relax.
Yeah.
And again, she's come to America from Eritrea. Probably didn't speak very much English in the beginning.
Correct.
And her command now, as we saw at the luncheon the other day, when she charmed everyone.
Very well.
Yeah. And
she got out of the country right when she needed to. I believe she stayed with her sister in Virginia when she first came to the States and has made her life. You mentioned before, she went back to visit her mother for the first time in years. Could not do it in Eritrea because of political considerations. Had to do it in Uganda.
Oh, Tim, the race is on now. Look, we've got, what have we got, 5, 6 there?
Yes, Kiptoo on your left. Hillary Bohr in the blue hat. And we have another runner with them, trying to get a clear shot to see who that is in the long hair in the middle.
We're battling the sunshine on the screen once again, Tim.
Yes, well, I'm happy there's sunshine here. And I think that might be Andy Butchard in there with them. Connor Mantz on the right.
Yeah, on the inside lane, as it were. This could be one of those races that we will look back and say, we were there. Because this is a race now. Full credit to Jim Harvey, the elite athlete coordinator, bringing this race together like this.
Yeah, they've got an elite field, and they are proving it right now. Boy, we have a lot of people to keep an eye on. What is that bib number? Number 8.
Can't make it out.
Is that Andrew Colley?
Yes.
Yes, look at him with the long hair flowing.
That's a throwback. Well, now he's really asserting some pace in here.
Wow.
We didn't talk about him as one of the favorites. He is known to be an aggressive runner, and he's creating a separation because we're down to 5 there, it would seem.
Yeah, he is trying to push that pace as we are now about 14 and a half minutes into this race. We're closer to the end than we are to the beginning. If you want to win this race, Ian, 14 and a half minutes in, when do you make your move?
Well, when you're feeling stronger than the rest of the runners around you. You can use bluff tactics. You could say, I'll go for a minute or so and see if I can break them mentally. That's a very good tactic. Or you can just sit and wait. Well...
Don't know. Now, Kelati has fallen off the pace a little bit there. The 31-year-old American was pushing it, might have paid the price. Connor Mantz right there with Hillary Bohr and Wesley Kiptoo.
Connor's got a very vigorous arm action on the inside there in the pale blue.
Does that mean he's pushing harder, or does that mean he's got an efficient stride?
He's always been an athlete with that look. This look, Tim. This is a serious race now for the prestigious Manchester Road Race.
Yeah. Okay, so we had a 4:20 first mile, a 4:52 second mile. Getting in word that mile 3, 4 minutes 21.57 seconds.
Wow.
About what we were expecting.
So, and it hasn't begun yet.
Yeah. It's like with golf when they say the Masters doesn't begin until the back nine on Sunday. This race might not begin until they're getting ready to make that final left turn onto Main Street, which is mostly downhill. It might be a sprint to the finish. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men. We had said 8 guys could win it, and we're still 8 guys could win it, Ian.
Yes. You know, you can only imagine what's going through their minds, can't you? Yeah. They want to win this race. It's so prestigious. I mean, I was talking to Kiribel Arasa, what it would mean for him to win. He's out of sponsorship at the moment. So something like that could trigger a whole new way of life for him.
Running in the pack like that, I'm curious, are they waiting to see what the others do before they react? I have to imagine it's a game, sort of a psychological game as well. They might be ready, but they're waiting to see who else makes a move first, and then they kick in.
That's very insightful, Erica, and yes, the majority of these runners know each other from their collegiate days and into the professional ranks. So it looks to me like Connor Mantz is putting the hammer down. He wasn't sure when I spoke to him earlier this morning about where he would be with his legs. He's had, since the marathon, which is only a few weeks back, he's had good days and bad days. Now, we'll find out if it's when you've got the legs.
Yeah. And here's Andrew Kelati. He showed up, he took the lead, he dropped back. He's now making his push, the American. Is he going to be able to sustain it? Because we are now probably only about 3.5 minutes left. Not a long way to go.
And looks like we could be down to 3 or 4. Got to give Kelati credit.
Okay, and
well, tell us a little bit more about Andrew Kelati, Ian.
Well,
he's 31 years old.
Yes.
He's from North Carolina. That's where he is now training.
He's got a marathon. He's got the strength, having run a 2:12. He's had surgeries because he had problems with artery entrapment syndrome, which means you lose blood flow in the legs.
Yes,
but this would be huge for him. Absolutely huge. He's from Blowing Rock, North Carolina. Zap endurance team with Pete Ray, his coach.
The question is,
do you think he has it in him? Do you think he has enough left?
One of those guys knows he's going to win. The others would like to win, but one of them knows he's going to win. But which one?
Mile 4, the split time, almost exactly what it was in mile 3. 4 minutes, 21.54 seconds. Almost the 300ths of a second slower or faster than the mile 3 pace was. So they know how they are running.
When they turn onto Main Street, all hell will be let loose, I suspect.
Here we go. And they are about to right now. They are only a few hundred feet away by the old Dollar General. We are already seeing the pace cars coming down in our field of view on Main Street here. This is going to be a tight one. By the way, if you're wondering about Weini Kelati, still apparently all alone. We were having some technical issues. We will be able to catch her back up on the start-finish line, assuming she comes through. But first things first, this men's race, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men, all making that fight. And here we go. They are about to make their turn onto Main Street right now.
Wesley Kiptoo is still in the lead, right? He looks like he's got a couple paces on the rest of them there.
Here he comes. Connor Mantz is second. Hillary Bohr third. Andrew Colley fourth.
Showtime,
Main
Tim.
Street. Here we go.
Showtime.
You got any
Manchester.
predictions for us? They are coming down. Who is going to make the kick? It is now Connor Mantz in the lead. Although Kiptoo and Mantz have now broken away from the pack. Here they come, right past our vantage point. They are neck and neck. Mantz about 2 feet ahead. Colley in third. It is going to be now a two-person race. Kiptoo really digging towards the finish.
And they know each other from collegiate days.
Yeah, Mantz took one look over his shoulder to see where he stands. He is still in the lead. There is one last slight uphill in the last 500 meters. Here he comes right now.
He's gained a couple of meters.
I think he's going to pull it off.
Keep an eye on the clock, Tim, as you love to do. 21:16 is the record.
21:15.75. It looks like that is going to be beaten. Connor Mantz.
Yes, indeed.
Pulling away.
On his honeymoon.
On his honeymoon. What a special day. He and his new bride are going to remember Manchester for a long time to come, and he might break a record doing it. Connor Mantz has won the Manchester Road Race in record time, just over 21 minutes. Congratulations.
Wow.
Wesley Kiptoo second. It looks like Andrew Colley came in third.
Well, well, well.
So he wins the $7,000 first prize. Kiptoo coming in second will get $5,000, $4,000 for his win.
And a bonus for record.
For, the King of the Hill. And that's right, the record.
Connor Mantz, you know, I spent about 20 minutes sitting with him this morning, chatting away calmly, and I'm happy for him.
How about that? The 25-year-old from Provo, Utah, the newlywed. We'll be calling that.
Coached by Ed Eyestone, an Olympian for the USA.
And here comes Weini Kelati. Of course, we don't see anybody behind her as far as any others in the women's race.
Yeah, she is making her way down now. 22:55 was her record time.
Last year, yeah.
Is she going to break that? As she is now coming just underneath the gigantic American flag that has been draped over Main Street, making her way to the downhill now at 22:22. Don't think she has enough, Ian, at this point to be able to break the course record as she's getting ready to come past our vantage point with, by the way, a brass band playing her along right where we are. I don't think she's going to break the course record, Ian. I don't think she has to. She is going to win this going away.
Last year was a very special time, Tim. So I was thinking within 30 seconds this year, that would be a tremendous performance.
And that's probably where it's going to be. She's getting ready to come into the field of view to win the women's Manchester Road Race. We just passed what was her record time at 22:55. As we're seeing other people coming in, Ezra Mutai right there. And there is Weini on the inside, making her way up that one last gentle uphill. One that can test you, though, if you're in a sprint to the finish, which, of course, she is not. Finally just saw some other female competitors running behind her, so she's not going to win by a minute or so, but she is definitely going to win. Weini Kelati, back-to-back, a race that lately has been tough to repeat on the men's and women's side. It was not tough for Weini Kelati. She has won the Manchester Road Race for the second year in a row.
Congratulations to her. Still a very exciting race. Of course, we're going to speak to the winners of the men's and the women's race in just a moment. We'll take a quick break and speak to those winners when we come back. Stay with us.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at ECHN. We are proud sponsors of the 86th Manchester Road Race.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here live along the Manchester Road Race Racecourse with this year's winners. Weini Kelati, two-time winner. Congratulations, 2 years in a row. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. It feels great. It's always a blessing to come here, race at Manchester. It's amazing.
Connecticut has really rallied behind you. We've been cheering you on. What was the course like this morning?
It was amazing. You know, it's all about the people for me. Every step you get, you just get a lot of people cheering, and you just like push you to run extra fast. It's amazing.
And within the last year, you became an American citizen, so big congratulations on that. What does it mean on a day like Thanksgiving, with that milestone in your own life, to come and win this again?
I cannot quite find the words to explain it, but I just feel like a blessing. Every day I wake up, I just like feel great. And as I said, to come here and run celebrated with these people and Thanksgiving, it's extra special for me.
Well, on behalf of a grateful state, thank you for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Our men's winner, Connor Mantz, you are joining us as well, my friend. Congratulations all the way from Utah. Folks are cheering for you. What was the race like out there this morning?
It was a battle. I was hoping, you know, having watched it and tracked the last few years, it was really spread out other years. And I think coming around the corner, I was in 4th or 5th at near the end, and just was like, okay, I just got to cover every move and, you know, give it as much as I can. I wasn't sure if I would come out with the win, but I did, and I'm very happy about that.
The play-by-play on Fox 61 was electric. You are here on your honeymoon. Tell us about your wife and what this means for you on Thanksgiving.
Oh, I mean, we just got married about a month ago, and it means a lot to, you know, spend our first Thanksgiving together and, you know, where I can go and have some fun. And Manchester's been great, so we've loved it. I'm happy she's so accommodating. I'll let her say a few.
What do you want this guy to know?
He's awesome, and he's worked for it, and it's been a successful year, and so we're happy. This is his last race of the year, and so we're happy to end on a happy note.
Well, a big congratulations from us, all of Connecticut. Enjoy the rest of your honeymoon. Happy Thanksgiving. We hope you'll be back again next year. Right. Congratulations. Tim and Erica, what a morning here in Connecticut and Manchester. It is good stuff. And the newlyweds, congrats.
And he did it in a record time, unofficially 21 minutes and 4 seconds, breaking the record by about 13 seconds.
We're going to recap more and talk more about the race as the runners continue to go. We will be right back after this quick break. Stay with us.
Running has its rewards. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Dunkin', the official coffee sponsor of the Manchester Road Race. Seasoned sippings.
Coverage of the 86th running of the Manchester Road Race continues. It was a repeat win for Weini Kelati on the women's side and a record-breaking win on the men's side as Connor Mantz beat the course record by about 11 and a half seconds. Another major time here. When did the first costumes cross the finish line? Right at about 30 minutes. Saw guys in red, white, and blue body paint. They made it through the
we'll
4
see about
3/4
that.
miles.
We're going to go back out to Highland Park Market and check in with Jimmy Altman. Jimmy, I have to imagine the roars and the cheers coming out of that area at Highland Park, some of the loudest along the race route.
Hi! Nothing better, Erica and Lammers, nothing better than Thanksgiving Day in Manchester, Connecticut. Just a guy in makeup swimming upstream. Andy, how you doing, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm doing great. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Yes, sir. Look, you're doing this in a tuba. We love. That's what the Manchester Road Race is all about. The orange-clad icon has arrived. like he clockwork every year. Safety man! Can we give it up for the safety man? The safety man's here. Safety. So, now, first of all, thank you for keeping me safe.
Good to see you.
Because, there's thousands of people.
Thousands.
We haven't seen this many people in a long time, Safety.
It is true. Post-COVID, we've got an amazing collection of runners, all sorts of wonderful costumes. And you know what? Did you tell the network about that other offer you got from CBS or no? Not yet?
No, it wasn't CBS, by the way.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you know about that, Safety man. But anyway,
Yes.
look, how you doing this year?
I'm doing well.
Because every year we see you, you're like Santa Claus. You always show up. What's it looking like for you this year? 2022. Oh no, the Hanson brothers are here.
No, get away. No, everybody get away.
Safety. No. What is it? This isn't supposed to happen. What's Gritty? Can you help us? What's this? You guys cannot do this, Hansons. Happy Thanksgiving. You can't hit me. Hansons, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. And I apologize, everybody, for no leftovers, because we took all the foil. Yeah, that's right. Let's go get them, guys. Let's get in there and stick them. We're going to win this thing.
Only on Thanksgiving in Manchester can you have elite runners and the Hanson brothers. As we look around, Andy, do you want to play something for us? Yeah, before you finish I'm ruining your time though.
That's all right. I could use the break coming up that whole mile hill.
You want to play something for us? This is Thanksgiving in Manchester. Highland Park Market, mile marker number 2. Now it's gone to the dogs. Fantastic. Nothing better than being here. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having me.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Huskies. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody at home. Good to see you guys. Santa, it's apropos. Santa is here. We're ushering in the holiday. Guys, Lammers, Erica, Ian, we send it back to you.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thanks so much. And that's what the race is about. It's about the costumes, the fun, the family, the elite runners, the record-breaking race, and it's also about the veterans.
Yes, let's get out to Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc. She's at Veterans Row for the 5th year that it's open. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I've got my little American flag here. We still have a lot of runners coming on through. We're not done here just yet, but all of our veterans who are running by, 462 of them running in this race, we will be saluting them. Thank you for your service. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you.
Let's get back to the start-finish line on Main Street one more time with Keith McGilvery and Brooke Griffin. Guys.
Yeah, what a race here, and there are so many great folks turning out to run. Trent, you're saying I wear pink for my mom on a day like Thanksgiving. What does this mean for you to cross the finish line?
It means a lot. I did this for my mom in her fight with breast cancer. She beat it, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right, high five to you.
Awesome, nice, good job.
Brooke Griffin, your first race with us. We are so thrilled to have you on the team. What'd you think?
It's been incredible. I mean, they said 10,000 people were going to be here. I don't know if I believed it, but this has been amazing. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, happy Thanksgiving. We will send it back to you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
All right, Brooke and Keith, thanks. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a short break. A lot more live from downtown Manchester. Stick with us.
Well, Connor Mantz and Weini Kelati, your winners of the Manchester Road Race.
Incredible races run by both. Congrats to them. Ian, thank you so much for being with us. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll see you back next year.